This is the ASEAN Business Roundup for September 5, 2023, where we recap the biggest business stories from across Southeast Asia. Here are the main stories of the day. Cambodia to host ASEAN Tourism Forum 2024. Indonesia considers labeling green financing for coal-fired power plants that supply EV battery makers. Laos faces labor shortage as workers seek opportunities abroad. Malaysia to ask Meta and Google to pay for news content. Myanmar's economy shrinks by 18% amid political turmoil. Philippines inflation rate rises to 5.3% in August. Singapore exploring new tools to manage significant investments in critical entities. Thailand's new Prime Minister Sretha and cabinet sworn in as economic risks mount. Vietnam's travel and tourism spending to surge by 2025. Now we turn our focus to each of these in turn. Cambodia to host ASEAN Tourism Forum 2024. Cambodia will host the 43rd ASEAN Tourism Forum, ATF, in 2024, according to a statement from the Ministry of Tourism. The ATF is an annual event that promotes tourism cooperation and exchange among ASEAN member states and dialogue partners. The forum will showcase Cambodia's tourism potential and attract more visitors to the kingdom. Indonesia considers labeling green financing for coal-fired power plants that supply EV battery makers. Indonesia's financial regulator, OJK, is considering making coal-fired power plants that supply electricity to electric vehicle battery manufacturers eligible for green financing, its chief said on Tuesday, September 5, drawing criticism from environmentalists. The move is seen as a way to support the country's ambition to become a global hub for EV battery production. Laos faces labor shortage as workers seek opportunities abroad. Laos is experiencing a severe shortage of workers in various industries, especially construction, manufacturing and agriculture, as many Lao workers have left the country to find jobs in neighboring countries or further afield. The labor shortage is affecting the country's foreign investment drive and economic growth. Malaysia to ask Meta and Google to pay for news content. Following in the footsteps of Australia and Canada, Malaysia may soon require big tech to fairly compensate news content creators. The Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, MCMC, said it was studying the feasibility of implementing such a policy, which aims to protect the sustainability of local media outlets. Myanmar's economy shrinks by 18% amid political turmoil. Myanmar's economy contracted by 18% in the fiscal year 2022-23, according to the World Bank, as the country grapples with the aftermath of the military coup in February and the ongoing civil disobedience movement. The World Bank warned that poverty could rise to 48% of the population by early 2024, up from 24.8% in 2017. Philippines inflation rate rises to 5.3% in August. The Philippines inflation rate accelerated to 5.3% in August, the highest level since January 2019, driven by higher prices of food, transport and utilities. The inflation rate exceeded the government's target range of 2 to 4% for the seventh consecutive month, putting pressure on the central bank to tighten monetary policy. Singapore exploring new tools to manage significant investments in critical entities. The Ministry of Trade and Industry, MTI, is exploring new tools to manage significant investments in critical entities that may pose national security risks, such as those in the energy, water and telecommunications sectors. This comes amid growing concerns over foreign influence and cyber attacks on such entities. 1. Thailand's new Prime Minister Sretha, cabinet sworn in as economic risks mount. 1. Thailand's Prime Minister Sretha Thavisin and his cabinet were sworn into office on September 5, nearly 4 months after a general election, with the new government set to unveil measures to tackle the high cost of living and near-record household debt. The new cabinet faces the challenge of reviving an economy hit hard by the COVID-19 pandemic and political unrest. Vietnam's travel and tourism spending to surge by 2025. A recent Oxford economics report puts travel and tourism spending in Vietnam at 36% higher in 2025 than in 2019, driven to some degree by the trend towards premiumization. The report forecasts that Vietnam will be among the fastest growing destinations in Asia Pacific, with an average annual growth rate of 10.1% from 2020 to 2025. So that's our ASEAN Business Roundup for today. If you like this report, please be sure to subscribe and join us again for additional updates. Have a great day.